of it as your brain's hidden superpower, and we're about to show you how to unlock it. So, to get us started, just imagine this for a second. What if you could play a video game with no controller, no keyboard, no hands, just by using your mind? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But believe it or not, this very idea is the absolute key to understanding this powerful technology. So what is neurofeedback, really? Well, it's a type of biofeedback, but here's the phrase I want you to remember. It's like a mirror for your brain. It literally lets you see what your brain is doing in real time. And once you can see it, you get this incredible, unprecedented ability to actually change it. Okay, so how does this brain mirror actually work? The best way to wrap your head around it is to think of it as your brain's own personal video game, a game where you learn to win without even consciously trying. Picture this, you're sitting back, watching a spaceship on a screen. When your brain produces those calm, focused brainwaves that we're looking for, the spaceship flies forward. The second you get distracted, it slows down or stops. Now, here's the magic part. You don't have to think about flying the ship. Your brain just figures it out. On a subconscious level, it wants that reward. It wants to see the ship move. This is a classic psychology principle called operant conditioning, and your brain just automatically learns to produce more of the good brainwaves to get that positive feedback. It's amazing. But what is the game actually responding to? What are these secret signals that it's picking up on? To get that, we need to zoom in a little bit and look at the fundamental language of your brain, its brainwaves. Your brain is basically an electrical powerhouse. It is packed with billions of nerve cells. We call them neurons, and they are constantly chattering with each other using tiny little electrical pulses. So when huge groups of these neurons all fire together in a synchronized rhythm, they create these waves of electricity that we can actually measure from the outside, right from your scalp. And this is so cool because it breaks down the brain's language into different states. Let's meet the crew, shall we? You can think of these like gears in a car. You've got delta, that's your first gear, deep restorative sleep. Then there's theta, which is that creative, daydreamy state. Alpha is your cruising gear, you're calm and peaceful. Beta is when you're really engaged, focused, alert, thinking hard. And then you've got gamma. That's like hitting overdrive. That's for high-level learning and peak concentration. The whole goal of neurofeedback is to teach your brain how to shift into the right gear on demand. So, okay, we've got these invisible brain signals, and we know what they all mean. But how in the world do we capture them and turn them into that video game we talked about, the one that creates real change? Well, that's where the technology comes in. A typical session is a really simple 4-step process. First, sensors are placed on your scalp to listen to your brain's electrical activity. Super important to know, they don't send anything in, they just listen. Second, a computer translates those signals into the game on the screen. Third, you get a reward, a sound, a point, a beep, the instant your brain produces the brainwaves you're training. And finally, through that simple reward loop, your brain learns. It's literally a workout that builds a stronger, more flexible, more resilient brain. And this isn't some brand-tested fad. This technology has been developing for decades. Look at this timeline. Pioneers like BrainMaster were making affordable digital systems way back in 1994. And since then, the tech has just gotten better and better, more precise, more accessible with at-home systems, and now it's even integrating with AI and virtual reality. The future is pretty wild. And all that innovation brings us to today. As you can see right here, modern neurofeedback is incredibly precise and data-driven. It's not just a clinical tool anymore. It's used by professional athletes, musicians, and top executives to train their brains to get into that state of flow or the zone whenever they need it. Now, I want to zoom out for a second, because this powerful technology is actually part of a much bigger and really exciting movement, biohacking. This image is just a perfect metaphor for what biohacking is all about. You see the merging of our natural, complex biology, that tree, with the logic, the data, and the power of technology, those circuit board roots. The whole goal is to give us more conscious control over our own health and our own performance. And here's the crucial point. Biohacking is a proactive approach. It's not about waiting around to fix something when it's broken. It's about using data and technology to make small, smart improvements to your mind and body, to actively optimize your own potential. And the goals of biohacking are pretty ambitious, right? From optimizing your physical performance to improving emotional well-being. But that very first one you see there, enhancing cognitive function, well, that's where neurofeedback becomes an absolute star player in the biohacker's toolkit. So, we've covered the tech, we've covered the philosophy, but let's bring this all back down to earth. Why does any of this matter to you? What are the real-world, tangible benefits that this kind of brain training can actually provide? The applications are just incredibly broad. For people with ADHD, it can be a powerful, non-medication tool to improve focus. It can teach an anxious brain how to find calm. It's used to improve sleep, reduce the frequency of migraines, and of course, for peak performance, helping anyone who relies on their mental A-game to be at their absolute best. And look, this isn't just theory. This is real-world stuff. Listen to this quote from Toby Chen, a photographer with a totally chaotic schedule. He says neurofeedback helped him build a system to manage his energy, perform under pressure, and recover faster. The result? He's producing better creative work with less burnout. I mean, that's the whole ballgame right there. That's the power of this technology in action. So what's the big takeaway here? Our brains are not fixed. They're dynamic, they're adaptable, and they are ready to learn and improve. The technology to guide that improvement is already here, and it's more accessible than it's ever been. The only real question left is the one you see on the screen right now. Your brain is ready. The real question is, are you?